just on like a filming spree today. Hey guys, and welcome back to Book It. I am Sav Lewis, and today I am on a filming streak, baby. I just have so much energy. I have so much going on. I'm just going to sit down and film a crap ton today and then move on. So today we are talking about Hooked, because this book got me hooked back onto retellings. This book is by Emily McIntyre, and there will be spoilers in this video, so if you haven't read it or you don't want to know what happens, please go ahead and click away right now. Also, there are some triggers in this book, just because it is a little bit of a darker retelling. Definitely should have pulled it up beforehand. All right, this book does have blood, kidnapping, sexual themes, drugs, and violence. Yeah. So let's go ahead and just dive right into this dark contemporary fantasy retelling of Peter Pan. Have you ever wanted to read a book that Peter Pan was actually the bad guy and Hook was actually the good guy? No? Well, guess what? Here it is anyway. So this book, unpopular opinion, I actually really enjoyed it. I'm just on like enjoying everything today, I guess. So this was very well written, and I was hooked from the start. So basically, it is a retelling of Peter Pan where Wendy Darling is the daughter of Peter Pan, and she falls in love with Captain Hook, who runs like an underground like drug mafia style. It's amazing. It's spectacular. He's literally, Hook is like the damaged character, and she's kind of a pick-me girl, but she's also more of just like I'm just here. My dad makes a lot of money. My dad's kind of a POS. I don't get along with him. And it's one of those where like the villain, like they always portray Hook as the villain in Peter Pan, right? He's the bad guy. He's the adult. He's trying to take the kids away. In this book, Peter Pan is the bad guy, and they blame everything on Hook just because he is considered a darker character. But that is something that just really was great. This book does have a lot of sexual themes. There is a lot of sexual themes. I would say this Spice book was overall a 4 out of 5. More like a 3.7, but let's round up just because I'm feeling nice today. So this book was a 4 out of 5 for Spice. There was a bunch of scenes with her and Hook and just different things that occurred under different scenarios. It was just really amazing overall. I was a really big fan of the movie Hook growing up. So I kind of pictured those characters kind of the same. And by that, I mean, I didn't think of, like, Robin Williams as, like, Peter Pan. I was more of, like, I'm trying to think of his name. Smee, Hook's right-hand man. I pictured that guy as Smee in the book, because there is Smee in the book. The book was really good. I think that everything kind of flowed together. It was a very different, like, take on, I don't know what that is. Very different take on a Peter Pan story. This was the first retelling that I had read since getting back into reading back in 2020, since I started reading like full time again. Before that, I did read a lot, but just not as much as I do now. Now I read about 1 to 2 books every week and a half or so. But this book I remember first picking it up and thinking, like, I don't think I'm going to like this, but I did. So on my notes at the very beginning, I had spicy scenes were the reds. I had yes, and no, because a lot happened. I did like that at the very beginning of the book. They had a playlist, like songs that you could listen to while reading this book to try and like understand it better, which I really did enjoy. I did actually listen to a lot of these songs. Lost Boy by Ruth B, Control by Halsey, Heathens by 21 Pilots, Bad Romance, Bury a Friend by Billie Eilish, Ocean Eyes, In the Shadows by Amy Strope, Blood and Water by Grandson, Look What You Made Me Do by Taylor Swift, and Lifetime by Justin Bieber. All great, amazing, wonderful songs. all really did play into this book as the book went on. So basically, there's a big drug war between Peter Pan and Captain Hook, or Hook. He's not a captain. He has a boat, but he's technically not really Captain Hook. He's just Hook. And that's not even his name. I think they call him James in the book. Yeah, they call him James, which is Captain Hook's real name. But they call him James in this book, which is really cool. And there's a big war between them at the very end of the book. This is a spoiler and a plot twist. Peter Pan kidnaps his own daughter to try and level the playing field between him and Hook, because he realizes how much Hook cares for her. And basically Hook goes and he just like fucks shit up in the nicest way possible. Smee does kind of betray Hook at some points. He just kind of turns around and just starts going with Peter Pan. Tinkerbell is mentioned in this book, except she is not a fairy. She is just the right-hand man of Peter Pan, and I guess his lover of the night, if you know what I mean. Also, Wendy Darling does have a brother in this who is at a boarding school, which is kind of weird because in the original she has 2 brothers, but in this she only has 1, and you barely ever see him. They ship him off in the very beginning of the book to a boarding school, and you just we don't hear from him again. So that's kind of, but you win some, you lose some, I guess. Her dad straight up sucked, so sorry, if you liked Peter Pan at all in this book, you're not going to like him because he literally was the villain and the bad guy and sucked the entire time. So, Peter Pan fans, might want to stay away. Captain Hook fans, it'll turn you. So, what else can I talk about this book? More than just I loved it. I have not read any of her other books yet, Emily McIntyre. I know she has a few more, and people tended to like those other retellings more than this one. I know there's like a Beauty and the Beast one, and there's another one for sure, but I know people liked those books more than they liked this one, which I'm excited to read them, because if I liked this book a lot, then I just imagine I'm gonna like her other ones. But whenever people are like, I need a good read, and I'm like, this one, it's just a good read. It's very it's fantasy based. You already know the characters, you already know what the original story is, so you already have a general idea of what happens. It is not a slow burn. There are a bunch of things in here that did kind of irk me. There are some lines that are kind of cringy. You can definitely tell what's going to happen. It's not a big twist. It's a little bit of a plot twist with him kidnapping his own daughter, but we all know how it ends. Everyone does, because it is a fantasy book still, so there is usually a happy ending at the end of fantasy books. I was really hurt when Smee did betray Hook in this, just because he was a beloved character. And my favorite quote is at the very beginning, before the book even starts. I read this and I immediately marked it because I was like, oh my god. It says, for anyone who has been the villain in someone else's story. I don't know why. I loved that quote so much. Maybe it's because I've been the villain in other people's stories before. Maybe it's just because I always liked the villain. Because there's that one saying that a hero would sacrifice his girl to save the world, but a villain would sacrifice the world to save a girl. And I don't know why I love that. I've always loved the villains of books. So in all honesty, this book had me hooked. And Captain Hook, I have a whole new perspective on him. And this made me really want to get into the mafia darker side of books. So for sure we'll be checking out more of her stuff like this. This book overall, I know I'm kind of being a little hoe with my stars today, but I'm giving this 4 out of 5 stars. I think it's a great read. I know a lot of people are very much against it just because it is a retelling, and a lot of people don't like retellings of stories. This book was really good. Really easy flowing. It was easy to read. Everything kind of just flowed nicely. It wasn't hard. I could put it down for hours or days and then pick it back up and know exactly what was going on. It was very nice to see that. So with all of that said and done, I want to know what you think about retellings. So go ahead and leave me a comment down below. What do you think of retellings? Do you think that people should keep doing them? Do you think that we have maybe too many of them that I will be talking about later on? Or do you think that we need more of them? Do you think that there should be different ones? Do you think people should just take the characters and make up whole new stories about them? I want to know what you think down below. Also, go ahead and follow me on Goodreads and on Instagram. My Goodreads review will be posted before this video is even up, so you can go back and read it. It's just going to be a basic overview, and then once the video is posted, I'm going to put the link, in the review overall. But until then, I guess there's nothing else really to say. I know I'm filming a lot of videos today, so I do apologize for that. I will be wearing the same outfit in multiple videos, but at the same time, I have to film a lot so I can edit a lot. But yes, go ahead and make sure you follow me on all my social media down below, like and subscribe, and everyone else, have a great day, and until next time, bye!